It's about acceptance, moving forward, embracing the challenge.
A lot of people are telling me I'm doing things very quickly in my recovery, but it's only because of everyone else. I definitely wouldn't be able to just be who I am without the support from everybody else. It's truly amazing, it's truly beautiful.
When Adam Sivio was growing up, he was constantly on the move.
He would bump into things. He actually had the nickname from his aunt called Bam, kind of like Bam Bam from the Flintstones. And part of that was because he would just be going a mile a minute, run into something, fall down, hit his head, scratch it, and go, ow, get up, and continue moving on.
As the second oldest of 4 siblings, Sivia grew up constantly competing.
We all wanted to be the best at everything we did, and it always seemed like Adam was always the best one out of everything.
From playing pickup basketball with friends for hours, to testing his skills on the bike track, everything was a competition.
Sports is a competition. It's a way of trying to be the best. And I love to compete against myself, against other people, whether like I won or lost. It was a good opportunity for me to just push myself mentally and physically.
And it was here, at Weiss Field, where Sivia pushed himself to his limit. As a starting middle linebacker for the Waukegan Bulldogs his senior season, Sivia was a force for opposing offenses. It was also during his high school days when people started to call him Young Hog, which was influenced by one of Sivia's favorite basketball players at the time, Kendrick Perkins.
When I think of a hog, I think like aggression, and that's was what he is. I feel bad for anyone that got their will destroyed by him. And along with that, like, you know that he's still thinking. It's not just like doing stuff, it's calculated. Everything is like, it's not just running off doing whatever. Very aggressive but calculated moves would be the best way to describe him on the field.
He then went on to play at Carroll University in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and his new teammates learned early on what Sivia was all about.
We're in practice. It's the first day of testing, and Adam comes up with the shirt off in the gym running, mohawk all the way back, and everyone just starts calling him Honey Badger at practice right away. And Adam's running the 300-yard conditioning test, and he is sprinting full go. Full speed ahead, and with like the last like 3 lengths, I mean, he's like picking his legs up trying to start running the next couple.
On the field, Sivia was a fierce competitor, but off of it, he was the exact opposite. Kind, thoughtful, and loving. He was always looking out for others. After graduating from Carroll University, it was time for Sivia's next challenge, moving to a city he had never been to before, to pursue a passion that started in 5th grade, teaching kindergarten in New Orleans.
I got a great opportunity to come out here to do teaching fellowship, get my certification, and it was a long road.
When Sivia was in Teach NOLA, a teacher preparation program, Damon Reynolds was one of the instructional coaches, and Reynolds would watch Sivia teach.
Better. And he was one of the really good ones right away. You know, he really knew how to talk to the kids, and he knew how to make it fun.
I love my white shoes. Does that ring a bell to anyone? Well, if you said, yeah, that's Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes, then you're absolutely correct.
Along with teaching at Arthur Ashe Charter School, the former collegiate athlete returned back to the football field, but this time as a special teams coordinator and linebackers coach for Lusher Charter School. For nearly 3 years, Sivia embraced everything New Orleans had to offer, but everything changed on February 16th.
So it was Mardi Gras Day, and it was a good day. I was doing some karaoke, having some fun with some friends, and then decided to walk to the gas station that's really just down the block. I was standing outside the gas station, and that's when a car came and hit me and pinned me up against a store.
Sivia's friend Pierre Warren was also hit, but Sivia took the majority of the impact. The driver fled the scene, and Sivia tried 3 times to stand up, but he couldn't. His legs were broken. Unconscious, Sivia was immediately rushed to University Medical Center, New Orleans, and the doctors determined in order to save his life, they needed to amputate both of his legs. When Sivia's younger brother was driving home from work, he got a call from the doctor who performed the surgery.
We didn't know the severity of what happened. We didn't know what happened. You know, when they tell you critical condition, it could be anything. You gotta ask, you know, are these life-threatening injuries? You hear the word yes. And you just don't know.
Nearly 12 hours after getting the initial phone call that Sivia was in the hospital, the family got one more call that provided some closure.
It was 6:30 in the morning. It's Adam's voice. And he said, "Mom, it's all good. I'm alive. I love you."
For a month, Sivia remained in the hospital and received inpatient rehab.
And being in the hospital, everything was just very structured. Everything was easy to do because it was for handicap accessible things. When you get outside, the world isn't all like that.
Once I heard about his accident, I told him, I was like, if you need me to come down here and help you, I will do it in a heartbeat.
Sivia's family would visit to help him adjust to his new life, and this took time for him to get used to. But it also showed him how much support he had. 3 days after the accident, a GoFundMe was made, and so far people have helped raise close to $160,000. This outpouring support gave Sivia strength when he needed it most.
3 more, Adam. 2 more.
There you go.
1 more.
There you go.
And also the will to take on new challenges. Just a month after his surgery, Sivia was back at Body Doctor's gym. Despite having to learn how to navigate his way around, it wasn't long before he raised the standard there, and he did so by setting the new personal record for bodyweight bench presses.
Come on. Pump it out. Let's go. 2, 4.
The winner of this competition doesn't get a prize, but instead bragging rights, and their name displayed for all to see on the board.
Top of the list for body weight.
Prior to the accident, Sivia weighed 210 pounds and had 21 bodyweight bench presses. Now he's alone at the top, with his 45 reps at 175 pounds.
He did not really dwell on himself and his actions. He's like, okay, how can I make myself better? So then I used that and I was like, okay, how can I make myself better from his motivation and his inspiration, you know? His determination was just incredible.
One day after setting the record at Body Doctor's gym, Sivia would go on to accomplish his next incredible feat. This time, giving the 2021 commencement speech for Lusher Charter School at the UNO Lakefront Arena. In Sivia's 13-minute speech, he had everyone say some affirmations, something Sivia does with his kindergartners.
My life has meaning. I am worthy of your respect. I can change the world.
For those that know Sivia, that statement isn't an exaggeration. And that's why over 1,000 people showed up to Greentown on the Rocks in downtown Waukegan for the SIV Strong Music Fest to show their support.
I wouldn't be able to do my best every day if I didn't have all the support from every single person. A lot of y'all donated, wrote cards, called, texted, prayed.
The event helped raise over $21,000, with all the proceeds going to Sivia's medical expenses.
There are so many people that are supporting the Sivias to help us continue Adam's journey. We as a family come together, and together we are stronger, and that SIV Strong is what Adam's all about, and that's what he's pushing for.
Sivia is already back in the classroom, reunited with his kindergarten students, and he's close to getting his new prosthetics. For the man that has been called many things over the years, there's a new title he's being called now, an inspiration, and his story is far from over.